So guys, this afternoon I checked into a five-star hotel in Abu Dhabi called Royal Rose Abu Dhabi, and I am obsessed. I wanted to do a little room tour today because I never really do those, and I've always wanted to get into it because I've been watching so many of them recently, especially with all the people doing the ones in like London and the ones in Dubai. I find them so engaging, and it like I'm not even planning on visiting most of these hotels. I just find it very interesting. I'm like very nosy, interested. Oh, what's in those rooms? So I checked into this hotel about 4 hours ago, but I was absolutely exhausted and also my phone was dying because I'm only shooting on my phone. Now, because I'm traveling around a little bit, I'm going to Istanbul, Dubai and Abu Dhabi. I didn't really want to bring any camera with me or anything, so I was like, okay, I'm just going to shoot on my phone. However, obviously, my phone couldn't last that long. So yeah, I had to leave it to charge for a little bit and then I had to run because I had a ticket booked for the Grand Mosque in Abu Dhabi, which is incredible, but that's a topic for another day. And now I know what you're here for, so let's just start with the little room tour. So this is what you see when you enter the room. On the left hand side here, we have a couple of little doors for a wardrobe. On one side here, we have a safe, which is fantastic as one would expect. Then over here we have like a laundry basket, I believe, and some other bits and bobs. Oh, a laundry list with the pricing, that's fantastic. Then I guess a hairdryer. Oh, what is the brand? Hotline? I don't actually know this one, but you know what? Maybe one of the girls that are watching can let me know whether this is a good one or not. And then what do we have down here? Oh, just an empty little chest of drawers. Funny enough, so many of the chest of drawers here just have like this little lining sheet and there's nothing else inside. Then down here we have slippers. Now these are quite soft, but they're obviously the more sort of basic that you would expect in pretty much any hotel really, but you know, they're always appreciated. I love putting these on after I check into a hotel. They make me feel so nice and special. Then we continue to the next part. By the way, can we just talk about the detailing for a second? Because this is incredible. Now, this is inspired by 18th century French Baroque style. So everything is gilded and it's really beautiful. Even if you look at the curtains, please look at this. Like, I know that it's not everyone's cup of tea, but it's something that I've always wanted to experience. And it's not to say that it is my style. It's not like I'll decorate my house like this, but I just think it's interesting. It's exciting. I think I'm on holiday. I want to experience different things. I'm tired of seeing the bland new, like I live in a new build in London, so I feel like it's quite nice sometimes to just experience something different. And let's continue here. Now in here we have two bathrobes. They're like this sort of nice texture, quite basic. They look like well looked after. They don't look frayed or anything like this, which is good. We have an ironing board and we have an iron, which I actually used already. I put the ironing board back for the aesthetic of this. Have a couple of my clothes. As you can see, there's a leather jacket because London is absolutely freezing. So unfortunately, I came in with like the worst winter outfit, and then it was like 36 degrees when I landed at the airport. I actually wanted to kill myself. This is me here. As I said, look at the wire. The phone is still charging. I went to the big mosque and I came back. So obviously my phone's like not really in the best terms at the moment with its battery life. Then let's continue over to the bathroom. Now, I would like to quickly give a shout out to my favorite fragrance. To be honest, like this has been in every bag. Every time I leave the house, this is always in my bag with me. I love it. It's Maison Delvenier. I guess that's how it's called, I believe. I got it on Amazon. Well, the brand sent it to me, but I actually sell it on Amazon as well. And it's not expensive at all. I know that it looks extremely luxurious, but I think it's only about £40. And it lasts so long. Now, the problem with this scent is you need to really like oud because it's extremely oody. Like the name is Eternal Oud. Honestly, incredible. I really recommend it, but you need to love oud. Otherwise, you would absolutely hate it. Again, a massive mirror in the bathroom. Like, let's just talk about this. Now, I am not the biggest fan of these ones because they just show your face way too close up. I'm not comfortable with this scenario, but beautiful. The little, obviously a fake flower. Now, one thing that I noticed in this hotel is actually how clean everything is. But keep in mind, this is a 5-star hotel. Now, the one thing about this 5-star hotel, however, in particular, is that the price wasn't actually all that bad. I think I booked myself a junior suite, and that was only about £250 for one night because then I'm moving to Dubai. However, they actually upgraded me to a one-bedroom apartment because on Instagram I did message them to let them know, being like, I'm so excited to be visiting, whatever. And they were like, oh my god, we want to give you the best stay. So they actually surprised me with an upgrade today, which was exciting. I really love this. I'm like so new to this, so it's not very used to this treatment. But now let's talk about the mirror because this deserves a selfie, and it's getting it in the morning. I just need to figure out what outfit I'm gonna wear for that. Now we're moving on to the living room area. So here we have a little luggage storage space. I guess you can also sit down when you're putting your shoes on. And then we're moving over to this side here. What do we have? We have a little kettle. Now let's look at the kettle. Kettle is nice and clean. Oh my god, this has never been used. By the way, something I noticed about this room is that a lot of the things have never been used before. I literally had to unpackage the iron earlier. So what do we have? We have Nescafe. We have sugar, we have sweetener, we have the condensed milk, we have chamomile flower tea, we have Earl Grey, we have pure green tea, and English breakfast. So a nice little assortment, very English I would say. Not like there's no like fruities or anything like that, which I believe is a bit more local to these areas. Anyways, 2 glasses would expect, and water, I believe this is included in the price for this one. We have a little stirrer here and the little mugs. Oops, oh no, I'm destroying things and I've only just came in. Let's see what's in here. I think these are all empty. You see, that's what I was saying. There's so many little storage bits and they're all empty. Oh wait, we have a mini fridge. I didn't know there was this. Oh, it is empty though. Damn it. Well, that's a bit disappointing, but you know what's really good? Their customer service has been incredible. I was struggling to use the lift with the card. Now, some of you might find this laughable, but to be honest, like, every hotel is very different. So for this one, it turns out I had to keep the card on the entire time as I was pressing my numbers. And it wasn't like 21, it was like 2, 1, enter. And you have to keep the card the entire time there for it to actually function. So I found that a bit bizarre, and I struggled a couple of times until the reception actually just explained it to me after I got stuck out and I couldn't get to my floor. But they were incredibly nice. They were so polite as well. I wanted to exchange some money earlier. I went downstairs to the reception and they were so polite. They told me the exchange rate and they were like, actually there is a little exchange bureau just opposite us and 2 buildings down, and their exchange rate is so much better than ours. So I would completely understand if you feel like walking, just go. It's literally 2 minutes and it's cheaper than ours. They were so lovely about it that I really appreciate that, because not many hotels do this. They just don't care. Now let's move on to these cushions and the couch. One thing that I'm really impressed with is how clean everything is, because keep in mind this is very like it's, what is it called, like jacquard or whatever, cushions and stuff. Like this sort of stuff gets dirty really easy, but I am quite impressed. Like it's really well maintained and looked after. Like I'm quite impressed. There hasn't really been much. Wait, let's do a dust. Let's do a dust test. I'm excited for this. Actually nothing. Wait. Oh wow. Okay, cool. You see, they're doing their job. What I love about this hotel is there's so many paintings and they're all like actually painted, because you know how so many hotels just go to IKEA nowadays, you literally just buy IKEA fake painting things. Well, here they're all real and there's like hundreds of them. Like in my room alone there are 2. There's one in the bedroom and one in the living room, and they're all quite cool, to be honest. It's very like Parisian chic and stuff. You have like the Eiffel Tower in that one. But anyways, I'm giving you too much of a sneak peek of the bedroom and we're not there yet. Accent here is this little desk lamp. What I like about this room so much is there's no ceiling lights. Oh my fucking god. Thank god for that, because this is beautiful. Like look at this. It's so scenic. It's just stunning. Then we have a taller lamp over here in the corner. I just think it's fantastic. And especially for this price point, I'm sorry, but you're really missing out if you're booking anywhere else but here. So far, the experience has been great. I mean, I have dinner booked here, so we'll have to look at that later as well. But this is the bed. I think it appears a bit too dark on the camera. Oh no, this is a lot better from this angle. But yeah, the bed is actually like very large, so we love that. But yeah, look at also the wooden board. I really like this aesthetic. It's really interesting. Look at the little lamps here. I know that some people have a problem with like the crooked little things, but they move. Like you can't just stop them from moving, I guess. But yeah, as I mentioned, all of these are all empty everywhere around the apartment. So I'm not even going to take a look at this because there's no point. They're all empty. Now we move over to the desk area here. So the desk is actually very nice. I love that it's like very thick marble. So it just feels nice. It feels very luxurious. I would love to do some work here, but I just don't think I'm staying long enough here for now. Now that I checked in and I've experienced everything, I experienced the service downstairs. Keep in mind, I need to walk you through the service that I experienced when I checked in because that was incredible. So I arrive outside the hotel, and before I set foot outside of the car, they opened the door for me. The second thing is another guy goes to the back of the car to the boot, grabs the luggage, takes it in. I am at the reception. I'm talking to the lady. She takes my passport. She finds my reservation. I go upstairs to my room. 5 minutes later, someone knocks on my door. The luggage is in the room with me. Like the best, most smoothest service you could ever experience in a hotel. I'm really impressed, honestly. I've been to quite a lot of hotels this year. If you follow me on Instagram, you would have seen I've been traveling pretty much like 2 holidays every month for like since March, really. And this is probably the best service I've experienced in a while, to be honest. And on top of that as well, because they saw that I was quite hot, because outside it was like 38 degrees and I was wearing my leather jacket, they brought me cold rose tea as well, which actually tasted very nice. I'm not really a big fan of rose because, you know, rose is very heavy. It's like very sweet, very heavy. I'm not really a big fan, but this was like so nice, light and refreshing. And it really just like added that extra little touch that you really need sometimes, especially when you're feeling like you're about to pass out because of the heat. But anyways, I don't want to bore you anymore. And another thing that I found in the room when I checked in was this little tray here. It's all covered in cling film. Now I know that it doesn't look very appealing, but at the same time I appreciate that they kept it all like nice and sealed so it remains fresh for the rest of the day until I come back. I haven't had them yet because I just have not spent much time in the room. And then there's also this, which is the little stamp chocolate coin. It's quite lovely, isn't it? But anyways, enough rambling. I think it's now time that we visit the restaurant for dinner. So let's go. And these are the corridors, guys. When I tell you, I am obsessed with the look of this hotel. That's just an understatement, honestly. Look at how cool this is. Look at all these paintings. Like some really cool parts around the place. Look at this, it's fantastic. Such a cool area. Then you have like a little sofa at the end. And it just keeps going. Like I get so confused and lost all the time. But now let's go a lift. I need to go to ground floor first. Now let's see. So where's that? Oh, this one. Cool. Good morning, guys. So this is the next day. I wanted to give you a review of the hotel. Overall, I think the experience has been really good. They messed up a little bit my breakfast this morning because I paid yesterday when we arrived in the reception for breakfast included. But when I went downstairs this morning, they thought I was paid for yesterday. And keep in mind, I only checked in at 4 p.m. So it wouldn't have been possible for me to have breakfast yesterday when I checked in so late. So I obviously just confirmed that. They apologized 55 times after that just to confirm that it was a mistake on their end and whatever. I wasn't compensated at all for it or nothing else. I mean, I was already upgraded once, so I didn't expect anything anyways. They handled it really well. It wasn't like I didn't have to say anything. I literally just said what it was, and they were like, okay, we'll get back to you. And then they've got very quiet. Like, no one really came back to me to confirm anything, but no one really asked me to pay either. So I guess it was sorted out. I went back to confirm, and they said that it was fine. Apart from this, I went downstairs yesterday evening to the pool for like 5 minutes because it was closing. The weird part is the pool here closes at 7 o'clock. Now keep in mind, it is still quite bright outside, and it's also 35 degrees. So I don't really understand why the pool would close so early. And then they said that today it would open at 8 o'clock, and I wanted to take a quick peek before I go because I'm going to the Louvre now. So I'm going to leave my baggage, my luggage downstairs in the reception. But when I went upstairs to the pool to check it out, because I wanted to have breakfast there, I wanted to have a little drink or whatever, because they have apparently smoothies and stuff. It said that it was closed. I called reception and they told me that they were cleaning it at the moment. And the problem is I had the same issue last night where they told me that I'll be able to use the spa center, which was open from lunchtime until 2 a.m. That was also not the case because I went to the spa center and they told me that they currently were doing a treatment inside, so you couldn't actually go anywhere. Like the entire center was basically closed because there was one person who was getting a treatment done. So these are the parts that I'm kind of confused about. The facilities, you can't really use them much because you wouldn't really stay in Abu Dhabi for more than 2 to 3 days. So I basically lost a day where I wasn't really able to use much because they were either being cleaned or because someone else had booked one treatment, which apparently closed down the entire spa center on one floor. On another note as well is they say that there's a restaurant, but now that restaurant is only a buffet service, so there isn't actually an actual restaurant where you can sit and eat. The buffet, by the way, was really good, don't get me wrong, but it's not the type of experience that you would expect in a 5-star hotel, and especially not what it says on the TV, because on the TV here we have like the menus, the different restaurants, there's like 3 of them I believe, but pretty much everything seems to be buffet service. So there is that. Overall though, I would rate it quite highly because although it was buffet, the food was quite nice and warm. It wasn't too expensive. It was 150 dirhams. So what's that? That's about 25 pounds for your unlimited dinner, by the way. Apart from alcohol, everything else included. So it's like all the juices and all the drinks and all the food and stuff, everything's included. Breakfast is a bit more actually, because breakfast is about 30 pounds per person, I believe. Oh no, sorry, my bad. Breakfast is 13 pounds. It was just 3 of us, so I paid all of us, but yeah, so it was like 30 pounds for breakfast, and breakfast was as breakfast would be expected. It's basically an English breakfast. Obviously don't expect any pork here, so it's replaced with chicken and beef. And apart from that, it's time to check out, and I'll see you guys in Dubai. Bye.